How many games have I done now? 276. 13. 10, good luck. Opponent has, 3,000 just coming up. That's really good. Really, really good. Just click my little heater on there. Actually, no, I don't need to. It's not too cold. It'll turn itself on if it cools down. Okay. Very odd way to play the carol. I think we just take and maybe a move like e5. Okay, he's going to probably play knight up. Oh, he's gone with a bishop, so that does allow check and take. I think knight up was better there. So queen check, and I'm going to get a pawn. He can block and then block here potentially. But I don't see any reason not to check and try and collect a pawn. As long as I'm not getting my queen trap, that's all I've really got to look out for. Bishop up might be another move just to try and help guard this, but he can still do it anyway right now, so that's why I didn't do that. I just have to... Right, I'm going to collect there, create a threat. He can play knight up. I've got bishop up or bishop up. So if I do a move like this, at least my bishop's not under attack. He can attack the queen next move. We can drop back. But I'm not threatening to actually particularly win anything if my queen's kicked back. So I'm wondering whether to just go here and stop the castling, but that might blunder a move like knight down at some point. So my other option is to simply develop like one of these. So do we want to do that? I do kind of like the idea of this, so you can't just castle out of trouble. Knight down isn't a move in one go, but it might become a move after you get chased, I guess. It's one of them moves I might just miss something simple. Same with bishop up. Feels like a good move, but I'm kind of just looking at knight here. What if he castles, bishop up, rook across? No, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to hope I'm not blundering. I'm going to play bishop up so he doesn't have the one move castle. Attacks the queen. I think I can just drop back and then just eventually drop back somewhere or other. Okay, so where do we want to end up? I can throw a check in and get my bishop developed, I guess. If he blocks with something, I'm going to have to take because my queen's under attack. But it gets the bishop out the way, so one more move and I can castle. And I can just drop the queen back somewhere or other. You're doing the right thing using some time. It is rapid chess, this. Okay, so bishop up, so I need to take, otherwise my queen's in a bit of danger. So now I assume I just drop back here. Can he just grab a pawn actually if I do that? So what about here then? Then I'm running into this idea. So maybe all the way back. Knight takes feels like it's really, really risky. I could play queen across and try and guard. Here. Knight down. I mean, I'm not losing a piece. I can drop back, but feels like I should sack this pawn and go for development. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drop all the way back and knight up. Let him just take the pawn. Once I've secured my king's safety, I'll worry about trying to attack further. He's going to have to try and get castle queenside though at some point, I think. Okay, just click anywhere to clear the markings. So he's played knight forward, okay. So now I've got the option to go here, but it allows a check. So I'm still just looking at knight up. I don't see any reason not to do that. If takes, I can take back. Excuse me. So he has played the other knight forward now. So So I guess I can just play bishop back. I could go in with a view to take. I can just take this knight. Then he could take back either way. So taking is, say the knight takes here. I can just drop back again, I guess. I can just play the bishop back. Then he's going to get castled. I could play bishop in, which is probably more nuisance move, but a bit more committal as well. Queen down might be a bit of an annoying move at some point, so I'm just going to take the knight. Okay, he does take. So knight here just to charge. The knight could be useful. Yeah, there is this annoying queen up idea at some point, but I think I'm just going to drop the knight back here and get castled. Let him get castled as well. I mean, I might have a queen check and grab a pawn, but it'll activate his rook, so it's a bit risky as well. So we can check and take rook across. That's a bit loose. I don't like that, so I'm just going to castle. Try and play knight up, b6 ideas, just be solid. So we are up a clean pawn. Down on the clock, mind. See, I've got check here and check here to target the pawn, but it is not without a lot of risk because he can try and come crashing through. So I don't really think I should take that. It feels a bit risky to me. I'm just going to develop the knight, so now one guards the other. If knight forward, it gets me a tempo move there. Now I think I want the rook on the dark square just to get off this diagonal. Potential to push and then maybe push. Okay, coming forward. So I'm going to play a holding move to stop his knight jumping forward, maybe redeploy my knight. It's actually turned into an half decent position for him now. It's not too bad now. How do we break out? I'm going to play queen up and hit the pawn, and then maybe get the rooks a bit more centralised. Oh, now I've maybe got a square for this knight. I'd be very happy if he gives up the bishop there, I think. Get a nice strong centre. It would give him a 3-on-2 pawn majority though. But see, there are threats if he doesn't take. We had a double threat. Maybe I've got this pawn up and build a really strong centre. Or we just try and challenge these pawns. A5 looks very sensible here to try and break up the stranglehold of these pawns. Yeah, depending on what my pawn does, A5 looks like my next candidate move. So he played rook across. He might be trying to do something like this. I don't see what else he might be trying to do. So do I play a move like F5? If he pushes, I just counter push. But I could play my A5 straight away. If you get a second move in, it's a bit risky, but I guess I've just got F6, haven't I? So I'm just going to push the pawn. If he does push, I can just play a simple F6, I think, and then it's very difficult for him to break through here. At least in the short term, anyway. If he takes, I can take with a check and then collect another. Now that might give me just a nice strong push here. Maybe I should take, but it feels like I should push here. Or just take this one first. I'm going to push there and try and keep a strong centre. Okay, you can get a temporary pawn here. Oh, he's pushed. Okay, am I misplaying this one? Possibly. I've given him half chance here, haven't I, getting this solidified. So what do I do? I've got to be careful about this. Yeah, I've actually really misplayed this, I think. If I do this, he's getting through. That's no good, so I'm going to try and work here, I think. So I'm going to try and press forward. I'm a minute down on the clock as well. I must have misplayed this somewhere, because I've definitely been better early on. I think I need the rook here, and I need to try and just blast, blast, and blast forward. Pawn forward first, and then the queen can step behind. But yeah, he's got a half-decent position now. I shouldn't have allowed this, so I've messed up somewhere, it feels like. Queen up. Okay, so does that allow the immediate pawn push? Rook takes, queen up. Nope, that would be a blunder. He might be threatening to do something like this, but I don't think so. Knight across, but I might be just giving him momentum there. I'm going to bring the rook across. I want to do this, but right now I can't. I mean, if I get queen in first... Oh, he's gone for a sack. Well, surely that's just bad. If I take here, he takes this one, so I'm taking with the pawn. If he comes down, can I push now? I don't think I can. F6. Might be very, very good what he's done here. I'm going here, and if takes, then queen across. Then I'm not losing my knight. See, I'll have to pre-move there if he takes. He's done really well figuring this out. Really, really well. Okay, so he's just grabbed the pawn. I think I've got knight across. This looks fairly solid. My pawn is dangerous as well. I can get the knight forward and use it as a blockader, hopefully. We're attacking the queen. He can grab another pawn, but it's dangerous. But yeah, I'm in real danger losing this one. I'm not careful, I could lose this easily. He has taken, so do I push or do I do a knight up? Rook down, knight across. It feels too slow. I'm going to push the pawn. Might be bad, but how on earth do I stop these? What on earth have I done to this position? No idea what I've done here. It feels like I've blundered it. So here, takes, queen takes. Takes pressure off, doesn't it? I'm just going to do it. I've got to play quickly. I actually potentially blundered there as well. He didn't take, didn't need to. What the heck has happened here? Oh, if I go there, I do lose the knight. What on earth has happened to this game? I do not see how I play on here. I'm going to have to let him take and just trade a rook. But I think I'm losing this. Wow. Unbelievable. I think he should have taken with the other rook there. But I need a lot of luck here to be able to win this one. Now there are check threats, but how on earth do I stop these pawns? Is he going to try and grab another pawn? His king might be getting a little boxed if he does. My knight could be dangerous. So queen check if he steps up, knight check steps up. I've got knight up first, or I can check. Or check. Up, check. I'm going to go with the knight first, just to create the threat, stop the king running away, so there's a serious threat on the board. But boy, he's played this terrific from that early start. He just needs to see the back rank threat now. So he has, but can I just go here anywhere? Yeah, I think he's blundered it now. He's got no escape now. So it should be checkmate next move, but very fortunate with that. Very fortunate that he played terrific, didn't he? Well done.